What is going on, guys? We are back here with another World of Warcraft video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at my Mage Tower kill for Brewmaster. Now, as you guys do know, with the Legion Time Walking event up, you are able to go back and do the Mage Tower and get a newly updated appearance of your Tomb of Sargeras tier set, and it's like specifically only if you complete the Mage Tower. And you know, I was like one of those people that was like, you know what, I gotta get it done first day. Wanted to jump right in there, get it done, and surprisingly, it didn't take me too long to do. I don't know if this is a really easy one to do or if I just was really good at the game. Just kidding. So I'm just gonna walk you guys kind of through my entire run, talk to you about what I was doing, why I was doing certain things, and like that, rather than just playing the video itself. The video will be in the background though. So to start out, we're gonna talk about talents here. So for the first row, you obviously are taking Chi Wave. It gives you the most damage. It gives you the most healing. That is all that matters here. Chi Wave is so good. I ran Eye of the Tiger for one time, and it did a quarter of the damage that Chi Wave ended up doing. The fact that you're constantly you can deal damage to the main guy in this Mage Tower is what's really important with Chi Wave. Now, it is up to you between Tireless and Chi Torpedo. I did decide to go with Chi Torpedo. I felt that having the extra movement speed, having the extra distance on your roll was way more important than having a little bit of a movement speed increase. Considering you're not going to get rooted or anything like that, having that Chi Torpedo to be able to shoot across the room, get to orbs, get away from the Infernal Smash was extremely important. Now this row, you obviously just go light brewing. You need to have a big reduced cooldown on your Purifying Brew, just for the simple fact that your Purified Brew and your Celestial Brew, just because you're going to be taking tons of damage. You need lots of self-healing, and Spitfire and Blackhawk's Brew are just not going to provide that. Now, this is a very big one. Summon Black Ox statue is one of, if not the most important talent you need to take during this event. For the simple fact that every ad that spawns tends to run towards Velen. And he does not have a lot of health, and he will die very fast. So, you're going to use Black Ox statue, and you're going to set it up in the middle of the room, and then you're going to set up a taunt macro to taunt your statue, and bring all the ads to you whenever they spawn. If you don't do this, you're going to have to constantly be running back to Velen to pick up the ads and make sure he doesn't die. But if you have your statue up, they will all run to your statue. It gives you time to taunt it. It gives you time to, it gives you time. They also just tank it for a little bit. The Infernals will, attack it for a little bit, so you don't have to dodge the smashes and everything like that. Now, dampen harm, extremely important. Healing elixir is good. If you're simply dying to the fact that you are needing more healing, you can take healing elixir. I did take it for a couple of them. Early on, it's really good to take healing elixir as you're learning the fight, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage. But dampen harm is the most important ability, one of the most important abilities later into the second phase due to the annihilation ability. You can use the annihilation ability, and it will simply negate every single bit of damage that you take. It's so good. You can have like 4 stacks and it'll take it and you will live. It's amazing. Obviously, Rushing Jade Wind here does the most damage, constant damage that you can keep up. The last one, Blackout combo is very good. You can run High Tolerance. It's just the fact that you are not taking big physical hits the entire time. You're not going to have a high enough stagger to gain enough haste where High Tolerance is going to be good enough. Now, for the gear setup, you're going to wear your best gear no matter what. Do not worry about Legendary. Do not worry about Covenant. Do not worry about any of that, because they do not matter. All that's really going to matter in this situation is going to be your weapons and your trinkets. So, obviously, I'm going to run Pockstorm and Vein Ripper, as they are the best DPS trinkets for Brewmaster. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, for trinkets, for weapons, I went with the Aegis, and I went with Splintered Heart of Alar, so I could die and not die. So as we jump into the start, I threw my Black Ox statue down right in the middle. That's what's important. I'm just going to check some of my gear. Was just kind of going through, seeing what might be better, what might not be. As you can see, that is what I am running there. Um, I also realized your best bet is to not use your potion and to not use lust at the beginning. Originally, if you do have enough damage to get out of the first phase extremely fast, you do that, but you don't need to really do that. You want to try and get out of the last phase as fast as possible, as it's a DPS check. So as you're starting out, you just want to make sure that you're doing as much damage as you can right away. This first eye is not very important. You can tank it for as long as possible. As long as you're looking at it, it won't knock you back. So the first ad spawn, I kind of pick them up because I have my stacks. I used Incapacitate to stop the Drain Life cast. That is really crucial because you might not be able to jump back into the pool. You never want to reset your stacks. You always want to make sure your stacks fall off. I did let my stacks reset a couple times and it did hurt me a lot. So we're just continuing on. When I run out, I begin to kill the eyes. I then run in. Right there, I had to reset my stacks because my in cap was not up. As you can see, the Infernal is running towards my Ox. I don't have to worry about the Infernal right now because it is pointing at my Ox. It is actually really, really useful. The ad spawn, I go to pick him up. I do some damage. Continue to look at the eye so I don't get knocked back. I'm going to in-cap him as his cast goes off so I can go kill the eye. And then I kill these little ads off. Same thing. I'm going to attack him. I'm going to attack him. Not worry about the eye because it's only the eye up. The eye doesn't do any major damage. So you can just ignore it. I'm doing it here too. You can ignore both eyes. But I had to run out for my stacks. So I run out. I kill them. Drain life is about to happen. So I am going to in-cap the drain life. And continue to run and heal as much as I possibly can. It is also crucial that you do set up your Transcendence. Try and set it up where you're going to be fighting most of the time. Just in case you do get knocked back, you can Transcendence back on the platform. I grab an orb there because there was a lot of stuff up at the time. 2 Infernals, an eye, 4 ads. So I made sure that happens. I run in. I sweep him there just to make sure that he does not get his Drain Life cast off. And I continue to attack him. The Infernal's on my Black Ox right now, so I don't really have to worry about the Infernal. So I replaced my Black Ox, and I taunt it to get the ads back on me. Do get knocked back. Get a nice in cap on the boss. Start to kill everything else. See, this phase is pretty simple, right? You get up to like 5-6 stacks, you run out. His Mind Rend does hurt when you get to a lot of stacks because you don't have a good defensive for it. It just does a lot of damage, right? Drain life, so I run in, I just interrupt it. You also want to make sure you're using your offensive cooldowns as much as you possibly can. I throw my, I throw Nazao down just to make sure. A third Infernal spawns, which really does suck. You do want to try and go into the final phase with 2 Infernals only. But if you do get a third, it is not a big deal. So he is going to die here, so just a Breath of Fire and Pox. So I do try and just clean up the ads. So Kruul spawns, and I'm off to the races here. So I do pop Lust, and I do pop my potion. I did have to click them. I wanted to take them off my bars, so I did not fat finger them. I almost missed this Twisted Reflection cast. You want to make sure that you get that cast off. You want to make sure you don't let that cast off, because if you do, it is basically a wipe. I almost die here. Lucky enough, I did grab the orb before he landed his Infernal jump. So in this phase, you just want to constantly be moving. Dodging the Infernals is very important, and if you can dodge his Infernal leap, it is also very important. Now, you can take 2 Annihilation casts without any defenses up, as long as you do have full health. That is what's really important there. As long as you do have full health, you can take 2 of the casts. So, I'm low health again, lots of ad spawn, so I do grab another orb from Velen. Oh, there we go. I popped my potion. I realized I didn't pop it. There's another Annihilation cast. I did take it. I had Celestial Brew up. That's really important. Allow me to fully stagger it. Twisted Reflection. Make sure I get that. I get knocked off, but look at that. Nice Transcendence back onto the platform. Like I said, if I didn't have Transcendence up, I would have died there. You want to make sure you have your Transcendence set. So I grab another orb, and I continue attacking. I try and get around these beams. Annihilation cast again, but I do leg sweep it. I do have Dampen Harm up, though, as well. So when he does hit this next one, boom, does a lot of damage. That was with Dampen Harm up and 3 stacks. It almost one-shot me. So I'm just taking a shit ton of damage here. And I know that my Touch of Death is in close range. I do have 9.5k health, so I know that I am very, very close to a kill. And I know I could Touch of Death him here. I was not thinking about it. I get knocked. I run and I grab that orb. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I can get that Touch of Death in. So I run over and I Touch of Death him for 9.4k. And there we have it. That is the Mage Tower for Brewmaster. Now, honestly, it wasn't too difficult of a task. It only took me 4 or 5 pulls to get it done. It's just about staying calm for the tank one. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you in the next video that I create. Peace out.